Let's talk about this space a little bit more, and let's talk about how you should approach your investment here. We're joined by Prableen Bajpai now. Prableen, thanks so much as always for taking the time and for speaking to us on the Mutual Fund Show. Let me go across to some of the questions that we've gotten. Prableen, a lot of our investors, or not investors, a lot of our viewers write in asking about questions to help them with their investments. Pradeep Kumar Rana, who's 47 years old, is asking about this. If he targets 1 crore within 10 years, what should his strategy be for investments into small, mid and large, as well as multi-cap funds? This is an interesting question because basically he's asking how his equity portfolio should be constructed, Prableen.
That's right. So, for example, a 10-year period with a target of 1 crore, Alex, an SIP of around 43,000 will be required if you're looking at 12% XIRR, which is, I think, something which is a realistic figure. And if he cannot invest this 43,000 per month, then an SIP of about 30,000 can be done on a monthly basis, and a step up of 10% can be done. So let's say the first year he's continues to invest 30,000 every month. The next year he needs to invest 33,000 every month, and then like 36,300 and so on. And this proportion, the mix that he's given, I think he should have all the four if he understands how multi-cap funds operate. Because typically flexi-cap funds, the majority, not all, but are large cap tilted. But a multi-cap fund will have all large, mid, and small. So I think equal proportion allocation can be great. So for him, I would recommend an active a passive large cap fund as well as a passive mid cap fund, complemented with an active, of course, small cap fund and a multi-cap fund. I think that can be a good mix, but I would recommend that the multi-cap is from a slightly value-centric AMC, because when we look at indexing, that is more growth oriented. For example, today we saw Zomato being added, and the other company was out. So something which keeps going up gets added to the index anyway. So we can look at a slightly value oriented AMC for the multi-cap category.
Okay. Would you want to just list out a few of the names of the mutual funds that you've tracked that you like in the space?
So for the large cap index, I would recommend an equal weight Nifty 50 approach, which can be from DSP, it can be HDFC, a lot of fund houses have it, SBI. In the mid cap space, it can be the regular 150 market cap based index. Again, Motilal has it, ICICI has it, almost all the AMCs have that. In the small caps, Alex, I can go with Tata here. We have Bandhan. Then, of course, we have the SBIs and HDFC, the older funds which have definitely proven themselves. And in the multi-cap, I would say probably SBI can be a good choice given, or HDFC given, or ICICI given that we're looking at slightly value-oriented sort of a fund.
By the way, Chandrasekhar has got a similar question. He's 49 years old and he's looking at a 10-year investment with a perspective of wealth creation. So this kind of answers his question as well. You've provided SIP approach for him so it can be used. Menak, who is 25 years old, is looking at investing. He's currently investing 5,000 rupees each in the quant infra and the small cap funds, and 2,500 rupees each in ICICI approved PSU and the HDFC balanced advantage funds. His target is 15 lakh in 5 years. Is he on the right track? So he's investing 10 and 15,000 rupees per month currently. I'm guessing that he would have to increment this and build it up probably over a period of 5 years, because it's quite an aggressive target.
Yes, Alex, the SIP will need to go by around 3,500 rupees. So roughly 18,500 is what he needs to invest. If again, we are assuming a 12% XIRR. So he shouldn't look at how the schemes have performed in the past, because that may have taken his XIRR, what he would have calculated, to somewhere between 18 to 20. With a 5-year view, I feel his portfolio should be more large cap oriented. So categories like the flexi cap, large cap fund, hybrids are better suited. So you should definitely continue with the HDFC balanced advantage. His ICICI PSU fund, of course, it's large cap oriented because majority of the PSUs are large cap, but I think it's a certain segment which has performed so phenomenally well. So I would say, okay, probably he can just keep his SIP there at 2,500, not increase it. And instead of the infra and the small cap with a 5-year horizon, I would want that to be replaced with the flexi cap. So I think that would be okay for him. And overall, 3 to 4 funds, with the overall allocation of about 18,500 per month.
Okay. The next question we've got, and this is a quick one. Tenmori is asking about this 10,000 rupee a month through a SIP with a goal of 1 crore corpus over 15 to 20 years. This is actually the perfect case study, right, Prableen? Because a lot of people start with 10,000 rupees. Is a 1 crore corpus possible in 15 to 20 years without incrementing it?
It is possible in 20 years, Alex, with the 10,000 SIP. And if we are again assuming 12% XIRR, he can build that 1 crore in 20 years. But in 20 years, that 1 crore will be just about 1/3 of its value. So he needs to be sure if he wants that 1 crore, then of today's purchasing power, he'll actually require a 3 crore plus kind of a corpus. So he should be mindful of that, how inflation works. And I would strongly recommend that he should do a step up, every year, so that he's able to achieve the inflation adjusted target of 1 crores in the next 20 years. With the 15-year target, he'll have to increment, have an increment in the SIP.
Yeah, absolutely. And a 10% increment every year is something that will help him achieve it in 13 years. But Prableen, thanks so much for joining in and for answering all the questions that you did. Pleasure having you on the program.
Likewise. Thanks, Alex.
All right, that brings us to the end of this particular edition of the Mutual Fund Show. Do stay tuned. Lots more coming up over the course of the day. And this is NDTV Profit.